Talking about presidents, one of the best things which you all will really enjoy in this great book is you talk about pretty much a lot of the presidents and how fishing has been part of their life. I want to take three presidents, if you could briefly talk about, which I didn't even know the background with it. FDR, George W. Bush, and also President Obama. I had no idea that Obama fished at all.
A little bit. We did spend a lot of time on FDR, and because FDR, the world problems were, and the problems here, you're talking about the Great Depression, you're talking about the beginning of World War II, big, heavy things for this man, who was also handicapped as well. What he loved to do, how he got away, where he loved to spend his time was fishing and being out on the water and fishing. And we've got some great photos of him and I went blank. Churchill, yeah. Great pictures of them and Churchill, and grumpy and got his stogie going there, but then fishing and talking about actually world problems. What I thought was fascinating that we found out was that FDR would basically jump on our Navy ships and use them as an Uber to get around to his fishing spot. Can you imagine President Obama jumping on an aircraft carrier, dropping him off to play golf in Hawaii? It would be a huge story, right? And FDR is doing this all over. And the troops loved it, if you can imagine. You've got the president on your boat, catching fish, telling stories, and so he loved that. And he was one that was him. George Washington, I will mention, was a commercial fisherman. So I really understood that a lot as growing up in commercial fishing. So Washington was one that really relied on that fishing. H. Bush? Is that
Yep, H. Bush.
H. Bush. I will tell you a good story about H. Bush. I got to play Augusta National. If you don't know what that's where they play the Masters. Okay, this is bucket list. Maybe number one bucket list was getting.
Really?
Yeah, it's the hard. I know people who won the Masters. I'm kind of a big deal in the South. You ain't gonna play Augusta unless I don't know. I didn't know how to pull it off. So, long story short, I end up getting to play. Augusta night. I played with Ozzie Smith, the baseball player.
But how'd you convince them to? They're so strict. Who they let in, how they look.
Why are you acting like I?
Exactly. I don't know.
They're so strict about.
They wouldn't let me in. So
I thought I had this thing nailed down. I thought I had it I thought I was good, and I will.
Sorry.
No.
You keep going. This Bush calling for you. Actually, Trump.
I will tell you this. I was able to play 4 holes, the first 4 holes of Augusta National, with a bandana on. Then they brought me a hat, and I didn't know what it meant. So they bring me this hat, and he says, "Mr. Robertson, we'd like to give you this hat." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate it." And Ozzie Smith said, "What that means? Put the hat on." I said, "Oh, bandana on." So when this is a little story. When I get to Augusta, they said, "Can you come tomorrow?" And I said, "Oh, I'm there. Well, I woke up in Napa that morning. I was in Napa doing something with our wine line. Then I had to go. My wife wanted a ski boat. And so I could have bought a ski boat. I said, "Well, we'll call Bass Pro. Maybe I can get a deal." They said, "Oh, we got a deal for you. If you do an appearance, we'll give you one." And they said, actually 2 appearances. So I thought, okay, I can hit New Orleans and Shreveport, get a free boat. For my wife, she'll be happy. So they said, we got it lined up. The day was that day. I woke up in Napa. Problem was, the 2 appearances, Denver, Colorado Springs. Not where I really wanted to be. So I go from Napa to Denver, Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs was a brand new Bass Pro. It ended at 10, okay? Then we fly out of Monroe, drop my wife off, then I get to Augusta, all right? 45 minutes before I have to go to the golf club. I've not slept, but this is what you do to play Augusta National, right? I bring my go-to favorite baby blue, powder blue, polyester pants, all right? Sadly, a member of our church passed away. gladly, I got all of his clothing, and especially the 60s and 70s were awesome. And so I had these baby blue, and I was going to wear these with a shirt. I had it all lined out. I'm playing Augusta with all this, man, I can't wait. So I go at the hotel, I got 45 minutes, I'm getting ready. I go to zip the pants. Zipper gone. These are 30-year-old pants. The little pulley thing gone. I don't know where it's at. I got nothing. I was like, pants go off. So I put plaid shorts on. I was like, we'll go normal. So I go down there. There's a nice black guy that was going to take me at this van, and I walked up and he said, "Mr. Robinson, they don't allow short pants at Augusta." And I said, "Oh no. I have a pair of pants. It's 6 in the morning. There's nowhere to go." I said, "I have a pair of pants, but the zipper doesn't work." He said, "Maybe we get a safety pin." So we get a safety pin. Well, polyester's like, I can still see my underwear even with a safety pin. I'm like, this is not going to work. So I get like a double extra large sweatshirt that goes over the zipper. Then they make me wear the hat. This is not the look I wanted for Augusta. I've got on terrible pants, this long deal. And that's when actually I decided to lose some. I've actually lost some weight since then. And I didn't realize you have to walk Augusta. So then they said, we're going to play the par 3 course, then 18 holes. I am so exhausted. I couldn't even hardly play. I'm just struggling. Well, I didn't sleep at all, and I'm trudging through, and I did birdie the second hole. But all the way around to H. Bush. All right? I didn't think I was going to pull this together. So while I'm there, I keep seeing these ponds. Now, I got to imagine, if it takes me, right out of Louisiana, Duck Dynasty, this long to get on Augusta National, I'm looking at these ponds thinking, they got to have monster fish. Because you can't get in that place. And they said when H. Bush comes there, he does not play golf. All he wants to do is fish. And they let him fish in all these ponds. And he just sits there and fishes and he goes to his golf. So that's how much you love. When you go to Augusta National and you're like, I'm good on the golf, I'll just fish. You know you're a fisherman.